Live from ABC 7, this is Eyewitness News.
If you haven't filed your taxes, today is your last chance.
Eyewitness News reporter Anabel Munoz live near Beverly Hills with some advice on boosting your tax refund. Anabel.
That is right. We hope that it'll be helpful. We're here at H&R Block near Beverly Hills, reminding you, first of all, not to panic. This is one of many places that you can go to get your taxes done. And we also spoke with a certified financial planner with some things to consider before midnight.
Tax day. If you're watching this, it's pretty safe to say you still have time to get it done. But first things first, you can and maybe should still file for an extension.
Don't feel any shame for not filing today if you've procrastinated. File an extension rather than rushing and making mistakes. Because once you've made a mistake and filed your taxes, it's much harder to fix it rather than filing the extension and doing it right.
This year, President Donald Trump's tax law is in effect, and for about 1 million Californians, it means paying more in taxes.
You're going to see a lot of deductions that you took in the past not being available anymore, but you are going to see the standard deduction that nearly doubled. But if you're a homeowner or someone who's making maybe more than $150,000 or so, you're probably going to see your taxes actually go up if you live here in California, because there are limits to things like your deduction of your mortgage, deduction of your property taxes, and even deduction of your state income.
The silver lining, there are some things you can still do to soften the blow.
Well, we're really at the deadline here. If you want to contribute to a retirement account like a Roth IRA or traditional IRA to maybe lower your taxes or plan for retirement, you have until today to get the account open and funded. But the good news is if you're self-employed, you still have time until you file your taxes, so you could potentially file an extension and still put money into like a SEP IRA, a solo 401k, or even a personal pension.
There's also some overlooked deductions.
A lot of people donate non-cash items to charity. You know, you clean out your garage or your closet and you go to the Goodwill or out of the closet and you donate that, you get a receipt and you probably forget about it. That may be thousands of dollars in deductions that you're missing out on.
And of course, there's an app for just about everything.
There's an easy app called It's Deductible, and you can just enter all the stuff that you're donating and it'll total up an estimated value for you.
Now back here live, something to consider. If you do need to file for that extension, remember that you are still responsible for making that payment today or as much as you can to avoid more penalty fees. Reporting live near Beverly Hills, Anabel Munoz, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, good info, Anabel. Thank you so much.
The clock is ticking. Today's the last day to file your taxes.
But there are options if you don't think you'll finish in time. Eyewitness News reporter Anabel Munoz is live near Beverly Hills with the details. Anabel.
Good morning, Leslie and Philip. Yes, the clock is ticking, and that is why the doors to this H&R Block on Olympic and Robertson open at 8 o'clock this morning. They stay open until midnight. That is the deadline. But in the meantime, here are some things to consider.
You may be scrambling to get it all done. Don't panic, there is still time. But certified financial planner David Rae reminds you there's no shame in filing for an extension.
File an extension rather than rushing and making mistakes, because once you've made a mistake and filed your taxes, it's much harder to fix it rather than filing the extension and doing it right. But remember, your taxes are still due. So even if you don't file your taxes today, you still have to file an estimate of what you think you're going to owe. Otherwise, you'll owe penalties and fines and interest.
Keep in mind, there are some things you can still do to soften the blow.
If you want to contribute to a retirement account like a Roth IRA or traditional IRA to maybe lower your taxes or plan for retirement, you have until today to get the account open and funded. But the good news is if you're self-employed, you still have time until you file your taxes, so you could potentially file an extension and still put money into like a SEP IRA, a solo 401k, or even a personal pension.
If you procrastinate, there are simple tips you can put into practice now for next time.
People have a box or a bag of receipts that they're going, oh my God, what do I do with this? If you organize it throughout the year, just a little bit at a time, take a Marie Kondo into thing and just spark joy a little bit at a time.
In addition to keeping records in order, it is important to know your refund or bill does not indicate what you're paying in taxes overall. It's about how you decide to pay throughout the year.
Basically, if you take less out of your paycheck, you're going to get a smaller refund at tax time, versus if you pay a lot more in taxes, you might get a much bigger refund.
Looking ahead for next year, there are some things to consider to soften the blow during tax season, and how much you invest into retirement could make a big difference.
Look for ways to contribute more to your retirement account at work. If you have a 401k or an IRA, put money in monthly, make it automatic. It'll help lower your tax bill.
Now back here live, I do want to make sure that folks who do file for an extension know that when you do file, you still have to pay what you owe, or at least as much as you can, to avoid those fees and interest. Reporting live near Beverly Hills, Anabel Munoz, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Anabel, thank you very much.